Do you have a fair credit and you're looking for a personal line of credit? Here are the top lenders I want you to really pay attention to this year. First, you have Fifth Third Bank. So if you have fair credit, let's say you have a credit score that goes from 580 to 649. Fifth Fifth Third Bank actually wants your business, okay? And the cool thing about Fifth Third Bank is that the bank is very generous. They'll give you a maximum line of credit of $50,000. So their personal line of credit goes from $2,000 all the way to $50,000, and you are able to actually get this line of credit and pay an APR that goes from 8% all the way to 21%. But one thing I want to mention is that if you go with Fifth Third Bank and you get a personal line of credit with them, make sure you actually sign up for AutoPay. So if you sign up for AutoPay, you are able to get 0.25 or 0.5%, okay, as a discount. So that's really good. But this personal line of credit does carry an annual fee of $65. It's waived the first year, but subsequent years they will charge it to you. So every year they will charge $65 starting the second year. So the cool thing with Fifth Third Bank is that they offer secured and unsecured lines of credit. They want you to really they want you to be a customer of theirs. So you cannot just be a non-customer and apply for this personal line of credit and get approved. You got to be a customer first, okay? You have very low rates, and you have customer service agents available with live chat, okay? On the flip side, if you think about Fifth Third Bank, that's what I call a tier 3 bank, okay? So Fifth Third Bank is only available in 11 states. You have a higher annual fee, and you can't apply online. You have to apply actually at a branch. And considering that it's only available in 11 states, that means you don't have a large branch network. You don't have a lot of brick and mortar branches. Okay, so the bank is available only in Ohio, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and West Virginia. If you have fair credit and you're looking for a personal line of credit, I want you to think about the First Tech Credit Union. So First Tech Credit Union will take care of you. This is a credit union, by the way, so which means you have to become a member to actually qualify for this line of credit. But the cool thing is that First Tech Credit Union is available to everybody in this country. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what company you work for. It doesn't matter where you worship. It doesn't matter if your relative, your husband, your whatever, your brother, your sister actually works at First Tech, okay, or is a member, is a current member. First Tech is open to everybody, okay, and First Tech will give you a line of credit that goes from 25,000 all the way to $1 million. Okay, so you're looking at a very large line of credit that you can even use for business purposes. Okay, the APR range goes from 13% all the way to 18%. And so the cool thing is that First Tech Credit Union lends in all 50 states. You have free consultations with finance professionals, and you have a very easy online application. On the flip side, as a credit union, you need to become a member to actually qualify for this line of credit. Like I said, there is no restriction, okay? And if you don't meet membership requirements, you will need to join an affiliated association or donate to a sponsored charity. But again, this is totally possible. Everybody qualifies, okay? And when it comes to First Tech Credit Union, you have physical branches only in 7 states. So if you want to, let's say, go to a branch to actually discuss your line of credit with a representative, you can only do so in 7 states, okay? But if you think about First Tech Credit Union, I think you have to think about an online loan application primarily. If you love doing your online banking, like online banking, then go with First Tech, not a problem. Okay, so this is really good. And one thing I want to say also is that when it comes to First Tech, you need to understand that Once First Take approves you, you can manage your personal line of credit through its highly rated mobile app and an online customer portal, okay? But you can also apply online and get help from a representative virtually if you need it. So this is really cool, okay? So First Take is primarily a digital lender. I want to insist on that because don't think they will be catering to your physical, like you don't have to go to a branch to actually do everything. You have to be comfortable doing things remotely. If you have a fair credit and you're looking for a personal line of credit this year, I want you to think about KeyBank. So KeyBank is another lender that actually will take care of you if you have fair credit. And the cool thing about KeyBank is that KeyBank is a tier two bank. This is what I call a tier two bank. So KeyBank is in more states than Fifth Third Bank, for instance. Okay, but not available nationally, such as they're not available nationally like Chase or Wells Fargo or Citi or even Bank of America. Okay, so KeyBank is in about 20 states, 20 or 25 states. Okay, so KeyBank will give you a maximum line of credit amount of $25,000. So their line amounts go from 2,000 all the way to $25,000, and the APR goes from 14% to 18% with autopay. So you have to really sign up for autopay for you to qualify for this reduced APR, this reduced rate. So the cool thing about KeyBank is that they offer small lines starting at about $250. You have live chat 7 days a week. And also you have financial hardship programs available in case you can't pay. So this is really good. On the flip side, KeyBank is available only in about 15 to 20 states. That's what I said a little earlier, okay? And also, it comes with checks, but no card. So if you want to access your line of credit, you need to really use checks or do the transfers online, okay? There is no way to actually have a card where you can go and retrieve and withdraw the money, okay? And you must visit a branch to apply if you're not already an account holder. So basically, KeyBank wants you to maintain an account with them, okay? So KeyBank is available in a few states, including Alaska, Colorado, Connecticut, Idaho, Indiana, Maine, Michigan, New York, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Utah, Vermont, and Washington State. Okay, so this is something to really think about if you are going with this lender. If you are looking for a personal line of credit for fair credit, I want you to think about PNC Bank. So PNC Bank is kind of similar to KeyBank in the way the bank is actually configured, okay, in terms of PNC being a tier two bank as well. So this is important to mention that. And with PNC, you're able to get a line of credit amount that goes from 1,000 all the way to $25,000. If you happen to live in California, the maximum you can get is 5,000. That's because of state banking regulations, okay? And the APR with PNC goes from 16% all the way to 22% with autopay. So again, you got to sign up for autopay for you to qualify for this reduction, okay? So that's really good. So the autopay actually is about 0.25 to 0.50%. And but the cool thing is that the APR will never exceed 24%. That's a commitment of PNC Bank. And you can switch devices in the middle of a live chat. That's really cool. You're able to really get things done from a flexibility point of view. So PNC is really, really a great digital lender this year. On the flip side, PNC, kind of similar to KeyBank, is not available in all states. Okay, there are no online applications, and they do charge you an annual fee. So if you get approved for a line of credit through PNC, they will charge you like, let's say, anywhere from 1 to 3% of the amount approved for. So just be aware of that, okay? And one thing I also want to say is that PNC Bank actually tends to approve faster as well. So they're really good in terms of approving faster. So if you want to have a personal line of credit approved within 24 to 48 hours. Think about going with PNC Bank this year. If you're looking for a personal line of credit for fair credit this year, I want you to think about Regions Bank. So, Regions Bank is kind of similar to Fifth Third Bank. It's more of a tier three bank, okay, in terms of geographical coverage, okay. And but the cool thing about Regions is that they're more generous than Key Bank, than PNC, than even Fifth Third Bank because they're giving you a maximum line of credit amount of $50,000. So their line goes from 500 all the way to $50,000. Okay, but there is an annual fee that comes with this Regions line of credit. So and the annual fee is $50. Okay. So what are the pros and cons when it comes to Regions Bank? The pros: you can qualify for a secured line of credit with bad or no credit. Okay, so even if you have fair credit, that's fine. But even if you had a bad or no credit, you could still qualify. There is a 10-day grace period before the $39 late payment applies. So this is really important from a flexibility point of view. And also you have auto pay discount of up to 0.5%, 0.50%. So this is really cool from a flexibility point of view. Okay. On the flip side, basically Regions Bank is only available in about 15 to 20 states. And you must be a Regions account holder for at least 6 months to qualify. That's how they want you to really, they want you to be a customer of theirs before they start doing business with you, okay? And Regions Bank only offers auto pay discount on lines $5,000 and higher, okay? That's where they will give you the auto pay discount of 0.50%. So this is something that you need to remember here. And so the states where Regions is available include Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. They are in other states, but they haven't gotten. They're still working on getting their banking license. But as of now, those are the states where they actually they're really risky. I mean, risky. They are really committed. That's really cool. If you're looking for a personal line of credit for fair credit, I want you to consider U.S. Bank. And U.S. Bank is actually a tier 2 bank, kind of similar to Key Bank and PNC Bank, okay? And U.S. Bank is giving you a maximum line of credit amount of $25,000. So the APR ranges from 12% all the way to 22%. And there is actually no annual fee, so this is really good. Once you get a line of credit through U.S. Bank, you're not paying anything every single year in terms of a fee, okay? And U.S. Bank provides a card to access funds, something that Key Bank or PNC doesn't do, but U.S. Bank does do it. So they'll give you a card so you can withdraw the cash the way you want it, okay? And you can check rates without hurting your credit score. So U.S. Bank, and this is something that not a lot of banks do have in place, the pre-qualification process. So if you're looking for a personal line of credit for a fair credit through U.S. Bank, you are able to see whether you qualify or not through a soft credit check, okay? And U.S. Bank is actually available in all 50 states, even though they don't have branches in all, they don't have branches in all 50 states, okay? They're available. So if they're not available, if they don't have a branch, or if they don't have branches in the states where you live, you're gonna have to settle for digital banking, online banking, okay? This is something to really keep in mind. But some of the drawbacks include the fact that you must speak with a banker if you are applying with another person, and you do have limited brick and mortar locations, and also there are no auto pay discounts to actually think about, okay? So this could be a little bummer, but it is what it is. So U.S. Bank might not make sense if you prefer a face-to-face experience. And that's what I just said before. If you want a face-to-face experience, you're gonna have to settle for another bank, okay? And also, one thing I want to say here is that you might not get the full $25,000 if you have fair credit. So just be aware of that because they're constantly changing the rules. But yeah. So I just shared with you the top 6 lenders to really think about if you have fair credit and you're looking for a personal line of credit. Let me give you a quick overview here. It's important to understand that when you think about personal line of credit, this is only one out of many funding options if you have fair credit. Okay. And by the way, you don't have to do an unsecured line of credit necessarily. You can even do a secured line of credit. For example, you can get a secured line of credit such as a HELOC, a home equity line of credit. Okay. And that's going to help you more because you are going to get a better rate, a better APR, and also a larger loan amount, a larger line of credit amount. Just remember that when you have a personal line of credit, you do have two periods or 2 cycles. You have a draw period and you have the repayment period. So just be aware of how you actually set yourself up for success, how you are actually planning to repay the loan, to repay whatever you draw from the line of credit. Okay, so your draw period is actually your borrowing period. Here, you'll use a specific card or checkbook to draw from your line of credit. During this time, you'll also make minimum monthly payments. And the repayment period, when you hit your repayment period, you will no longer be able to borrow. Instead, this is the time you will pay back your outstanding balance. Okay, so this is something to really think about. So, as you have seen in all the 6 lenders that I just shared with you, you can usually borrow between $1,000 and $50,000. Okay, if you just forget about the $1 million outlier that that First Tech Credit Union has, it's usually around $50,000. Okay, so your lender might also have a minimum draw amount. For example, you might not be able to draw less than $50 at a time. Okay, so something to really remember. And when you think about personal line of credit fees, remember that besides origination fee, you also might have an application fee, a late payment fee, an over limit fee. Okay, you might have to pay a transaction fee in addition to an annual or monthly fee. So you have all kinds of fees to actually think about. Okay, but one thing for sure, as I said to you, it's always better to go the pre-qualification route. So you want to check your credit score. You want to review your budget to make sure that you are within the right amounts. You want to research lenders, for instance, to make sure that you are basically getting the best lender. Because I give you six names, but don't go with Fifth Third because you have an existing relationship with Fifth Third or First Tech or Key Bank or PNC or Regions or US Bank. No, you want to do research. You want to use the pre-qualification tool to see what's available out there. That's why I love US Bank, for instance, because they give you the possibility to actually pre-qualify. That way, you know you're not getting a very expensive offer. Okay, so research lenders before applying for your line of credit. So as a closure into this conversation, I share with you personal line of credit for fair credit. I give you the top lenders, and I also shared with you I give you a little overview. When I say top lenders, those lenders include Fifth Third Bank, First Tech Credit Union, Key Bank, PNC Bank, Regions Bank, and US Bank. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.